gathering of a special group of projects, all of them well known to each other, initiated by Wookie here, the one and only Lukasz, currently in Poland, normally in Cambodia. And maybe we can start with you for a little introduction. We have TPRO with Wookie. We have Eden with Marcin. We have DMC, a new edition with Mituo. And we have obviously ChainsAtlas with US Julie. And we should have Serey from Cambodia. Unfortunately, Chhay had a last minute issue, so he couldn't join us, but I'll kind of represent him a little bit. I'm quite familiar with him and his project. So if you have any questions regarding Serey, I try to answer them. If they are too detailed, I might have to forward them to their team, and I'll come back to you. But maybe we can start with TPRO, Wookie, if you want to give a little intro of what you guys doing, what you're up to, what's happening.
Yes, sure. I'll be happy to share what we are doing. Our activities are quite big because we have a business that is growing really well now, and we have a part that is responsible for the Web3 world. So my business partner is dealing with the business with his team, and I'm dealing with this part of blockchain and Web3 stuff. What is the most interesting for you, actually, because we started as Web3 company, but we changed a little bit. We still do development for the blockchain, for the Web3 and crypto, but now we are focusing on AI and automation for companies. But this is not that part that probably interests you most. The most is the like TPRO, token, crypto, and all TPRO system what I'm dealing with, and I'm really excited of the progress, what we are doing, what we are building. Like since last our meeting that we have, the progress is huge because I have built many tools. I'm working every day on AI agents that are the biggest part of the ecosystem, because like the whole TPRO ecosystem will be autonomous and will be relied on AI agents. So this is really cool because more and more it developed, it'll be like more and more autonomous.
I'm sorry for interrupting. It's like the voice is not that audible. You are not.
Sorry?
You are not quite audible. You are not audible.
On my end, it's actually fine. I can hear him well. Maybe that's your connection.
Okay, let me check that out quick.
Yeah, it was fine for me as well.
Okay. I can be a little bit, I try to be a little bit up, maybe.
For me, you're extremely clear. Yeah, for me, you're extremely clear. Thanks for letting us know, Ben Solomon.
The thing is that we are progressing with the last thing that I did. Okay, maybe I will just change for what I did like last 2 days. It will be like fresh info. And I updated a little bit because I built infrastructure for our TPRO girls. Finally, I started to work on it. And I'm so excited, more and more I work with AI, I'm just more and more excited. Now I built the opportunity to build anything I want regarding the like image and the representation of girls that we are building that will be part of the ecosystem as the influencers, as agents that you can talk with, and tons of ideas I already have regarding it. So last 2 days I was developing this thing, and it's really cool progress. Like I said, I used already latest model that was released 3 days ago, and it's mind-blowing what you can just create. Okay, I will stop here because I could talk more and more.
Yeah, I'm sure you can tell us a little bit more later on. Those TPRO girls sound really interesting. I would love to hear more about them. Let's move on to Eden. What's going on? How are the plans? Any special Christmas suggestions from the plant world?
Hey, Eric. Hey, everyone. Yeah, so short
Hey.
info. What about Eden? So Eden is an application and marketplace. In our application, our users can tag or navigate to edible plants around the world. Right now, we have more than 30K users and more than 100K edible plants in 100 cities. So basically, this is our main feature. We also teach how to recognize edible plants and how people can use them for medical purposes. And few months ago, we ran a healthy marketplace with stuff without sugar, with natural food and natural cosmetics. Right now, we have more than 2,000 products, and we started generate an income. So this year was a big for us because we have already made our roadmap and we started generate income. So I think it was a good day. And you asked me about some edibles. Not sure if there are some white freaks with us. Bobby, I know that you
I'm
you
sure
like
they are.
some
I'm sure they are.
mushrooms. I like them too. Yeah, so
Purely for their health benefits, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, so happy to be here with you guys, and I'm sure we will have some space later to talk about our projects and ask on every question. So have fun.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. And with this, we go to beautiful Japan. Mituo-san, maybe you can give us a little bit of a rundown of where you go with your project. Yeah, that would be great. In the meantime, maybe I can give a little bit of an update on our side. As you all know, we have our DevNet running for Atlas Metrics in our lab environment. We have discovered quite a few interesting things while we were running it. We had to remodel a few things, but I can say that the technology broadly works. We have planned to do a little bit of a more inclusive approach. We don't think the world necessarily needs another layer one. Therefore, we will build our system very much in a way that it can basically facilitate an AI layer for existing blockchains. And we have some really exciting conversations going right now with some of them you're already familiar with. We have partnered in the past. We built on them in the past or for them, together with them. So we have a few blockchains we are talking to right now, which are quite interested in these conversations in facilitating Atlas Metrics as an AI layer. That will not change too much in how you use it in the future and how you build highly decentralized, fully decentralized on-chain agents. It just means that you can be part of different ecosystems by default that already exists out there. And some of them are quite exciting and quite high up in the top tier list. Can't really disclose too much yet, but you'll hear more about it in the next upcoming weeks and months. Similar to TPRO, we are also very active on the Web 2 side, with the eventual goal of having our actual AIs that are already doing wonderful work on the cybersecurity world, in the data science world out there right now, run on ChainsAtlas, on Atlas Metrics, our network technology. So eventually the goal is to, yes, we're doing business on the more traditional enterprise Web 2 world. We're doing our Web 3 activities that you're all most familiar and probably most interested in. But these worlds will converge over time. And this is the very exciting part where eventually Atlas Metrics will be the fundamental execution layer, compute layer for all these AI solutions we are building. And that's what really excites me for the future, even though the markets might not be the most fun place right now, but we're here to build something. And that's why all these projects are here. And that's why we have this group. We all build something for the future that's tangible, that actually creates benefits, real world use cases. And I think that's why this group is so special, because those are actual builders that build something that makes sense and that has a future and that's really tangible. And that's just exciting. Our guests from DMC, are you guys here? Can you hear us now?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you, yeah.
Yeah, so Merry Christmas.
Merry
First of all.
Christmas.
Yeah.
The mic is yours.
So hello from Japan, and not sure if everyone heard of DMC project. It actually stands for Decentralized Music Chain. And as the name says, we are going for a Web3 world where music artists and fans can gather together and build an ecosystem based on Web3 channel, Web3 network. So for us, DMC, this year has been very meaningful for us because we released our first actual content created through DAIM. It's actually DAIM, DMCA music. So, music generated on our platform was recorded by real artists, real idols, arranged by professional creators and officially released. And the response was extremely positive. I mean, if anyone has been following our X channel, there's been a lot of activities, and we also introduced a new initiative called Commitment, where idols who are seeking music can stake, our coin, DMC coin, as part of the creation and collaboration process. So that was our big thing this year. So there has been a lot of exciting things happening for us here in Japan, but not just in Japan. We started from Japan, but we are ready to go global. So that's what's been cooking on this side.
That sounds like exciting news, man.
Yeah.
I would love to learn more about that. Maybe I give a little, like, as an honorary little intro, a little information about Serey Network. It's one of the probably most complex social projects out there. And then if I say something wrong, you can let me know. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. It's been around for quite a while. Them has been building it for the last 8 years, I think. Go check it out. It's a really nice platform. It's made in Cambodia, and it's been built by a gentleman that was supposed to be here today, unfortunately couldn't make it, as I said earlier, that I can only vouch for. Like, he's been in the trenches of Web3 for a long time, and he's a true believer in what it represents, in a true promise of Web3, so to speak. And it's really a pity he's not here, but I'm sure for the next one he can join. Okay, guys, what have you planned for the Christmas holidays? What are you guys up to?
So for us, let me be honest here. We have to, we have our plans for next year. So I know it's Christmas season, but we're still working as a team here. So not really a holiday, but it's gonna be a working day, to be honest. So I mean, next year we are planning to launch something called D Factory. So it's let me explain a little bit about this one. So we're planning to launch, as I was saying, we're planning to launch something called D Factory, which will be a community for collaborative creators. And the idea is to allow anyone to participate in content creation, significantly speed up, our development as well, and go beyond just listening to music. So we want people to experience the essence, the joy of actually creating music together, not just consuming it. And I think this is gonna be very exciting for music fans, because they're not just participating as a fan or as a communicator. They can participate this D Factory as a part of the ecosystem where they can contribute to build the foundation for their favorite artist. So yeah, that's what we're doing, even before Christmas and even before the the New Year.
Amazing. Maybe some special Christmas songs next year.
We hope so. We hope we can, discover a very exciting Christmas songs, maybe created by our AI, or even that'd be even better. Yeah.
Maybe the community can help you a little bit here.
Yeah.
So if
that'd
you
be
guys have any
exciting.
ideas, yeah. So for next year, we need to plan something.
Next year, I'm not sure if you guys seen the artist that we've developed through commitment program. It's on our X. She's a very beautiful and talented artist, Ponyo, a Japanese artist. Actually, I'm personally a fan of her, but maybe we are actually preparing to launch another program for real idols, very young, talented idols. So, the whole idol pop culture is it's booming around the world, right? So maybe we can work on it, in advance to New Year. So maybe get a New Year song or anything. Yeah.
The big collab Christmas song. I don't know. We come up with a better title eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
there's a
awesome.
lot of, there's a lot of Christmas carols that are popular, but we've listened to them like literally millions of times. We need new songs, right? So
I totally agree. If I have to
Yeah.
listen to Last Christmas one more time in my life, I might kill myself. Sorry, it's a wonderful song. Don't get me wrong, but I'm German, and in Germany, that's going to be played every Christmas for the month of December and probably January. 50 times a day on every station.
Oh my God.
At some point, you can't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
We have the same. It's absolutely the same.
It's a European thing, I think. Yeah. I tell you, I was in Hong Kong that was my first Christmas where I wasn't in Germany. I was there for university at the time. And I was so glad. I didn't even realize I haven't heard that song. And I remember to this day, there's somewhere close to the 1000 Buddha temple in Sa Tin, New Territories of Hong Kong. And we were hiking. I was hiking with some friends, right? And we came down a slope, and there was another parallel trail. And there was this one Hong Kongese guy hiking. And sometimes they have music on blaster and really loud. And I could hear him miles away, and I heard Last Christmas. I made it so far. I think it was the 23rd or something, like today, and I couldn't escape it. I haven't heard it this. Oh, I don't know. I heard it once. Actually in Cambodia. Awesome.
In Cambodia as well.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah. That song is everywhere. It's timeless, if you could say. Yeah, but if you bring us something new with a beautiful Japanese lady, I think nobody complains.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be loved to everyone.
Yeah.
Loved by everyone. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Definitely.
Yeah.
TPRO, any plans from you guys for the Christmas holidays?
Actually, to be honest, I don't have any holidays. I'm just doing my stuff all the time. I'm just building. If that was the question, if I have a plan for holidays, so I have a plan to develop my TPRO girls now.
I see we have a bunch of workaholics here,
can
as it should be,
introduce-
as it should be.
I will just put it, I will just upload it. Yeah. Oh. Sending photos isn't allowed in this group. I can show you my first girl.
Sumta, could you check what's the problem there?
It's just
Seems
settings for a group that no one can post
yeah.
in the media.
Yeah, I think we had to restrict it at some point because people were too excited and were posting too much.
Yeah, sure. Don't open it for. You can you can just maybe change.
If you have maybe a link.
To upload media.
Yeah. Sumta, if you could check, if you can check his settings.
This photo, because I don't have.
Or otherwise, if you have a link to the TPRO website where you can see it.
No. She is not available anywhere. She's in construction mode. I prepared many photos, and I'm just teaching the model to have consistent model to just create a lot of scenery with different, outfit, whatever, and to keep the same girl, the same face, the same body. So I had, But
now I'm really curious.
Yes, but just the face. I can show you. I have more, but she's quite naked, so I can show you.
I remember we need to keep it halfway clean on our channel. Maybe we open up an 18 plus directory for you.
We have channel like this on our TPRO Network.
Everybody that wants to see her, go over to the TPRO Telegram, search for the 18 plus, submit your passport, I assume, and then you can go ahead.
Exactly, you have it. You have 18 plus playground, it's called, and you can see there are different nice things, but maybe I will not introduce it.
Yeah, it's officially not endorsed by ChainsAtlas, but let me check. Yeah,
actually, she is there because she was generated there. I mean, I generated her on the Grok actually, but it was like good inspiration to continue with this model.
So she's managing the 18 plus segment of your channel.
She not yet. Maybe I will give her.
So next year we have her managing the channel. She can do the MC for this next year's event, and we have the Japanese lady singing. So it's you really need to come back next year, guys.
Yes, this is a great idea. Actually,
awesome. Eden, anything you guys are planning for the festive season? Any special events or anything you want to announce?
During that holiday, our main goal is to spend time with family because we have spent whole year working on our project and most of our team members have young child. So I don't want to disrupt them, and for me it's totally okay that right now we have time for our families.
That's beautiful.
Management works a little during next days because we are preparing a big national cleanup campaign, and during
What's
next
that?
during the next year.
Okay.
We will start a big campaign where our users will be able to tag wild dump sites in forest and in cities, and we have a lot of big partners during that campaign. I mean about media like national television and radio in Poland, some well-known actors, and one of the biggest YouTube creators in Poland. So we are preparing an action where we will pay people for cleaning dump sites in forest around whole country. And it is connected with ESG. ESG is some part of teams in bigger companies or corporations, because in Europe, big companies which are on exchanges and they have more than 250 employers, they need to create ESG report in next year. And ESG report is connected with the environmental sector, and most of bigger companies, they need to do something for environmental. For example, pick up some trees or clean up some space. And the problem is that most of those actions are not well known in society. People don't hear about it, and we are changing it because our application Eden app is ready to work with ESG sector, and we prepared an offer for big companies where we use the cash on ESG sector for cleaning dump sites, but almost half of those budgets we will use for creating a marketing campaign during all social media. So big companies who will work with us, they receive ESG report with real actions, and people from Poland will receive cash for cleaning dump sites in forest and in cities in whole country, and whole action will be recorded, and we will promote reels and ads with our sponsors, big companies. So the big companies will receive ESG report and a big PR campaign, and it will be connected with some well-known actors, as I said before. So this is something more than normal ESG offer, because ESG offer is usually anonymous, but with Eden, those companies will receive a big PR and marketing campaign, and this is our main goal and a big part of new roadmap for next day.
That's pretty awesome. And it also takes away already not takes away, but it already starts kind of, or transitions nicely to my next point. I'd like from all of you here, what made the biggest impact for you in 2025? So we're nearing the end of the year. It's a bit of the reflective season. So what was the biggest thing for you in 2025? The most positive, maybe the most negative, the biggest learning, and what is it that you expect for 2026? Maybe I just start. For me, I learned a lot about, I'm relatively new to Web3. I might have entered in maybe 22, and I went in because I'm a little nerd and I love technology, and I was really excited about the promise that blockchain holds, the decentralization, taking away the middleman, true ownership. The negative part, let's start with that. I was, I think, quite jaded this year with some aspects of the Web3 industry, realizing that the core is still, in, as I see it, very positive, and the ideals are great. But having been fundraising and having been out there talking to protocols and partners, I had to realize that often these ideals are not really what matters anymore in this industry. The monetary aspects have taken over in many parts, for the better or worse. And there's a lot of things happening that I do not necessarily agree with. And that brings me also to the positive. And I wasn't really aware of it as much before because I didn't really look that deep and try to realize how the mechanics work behind the scenes, how projects get funded, and so on and so forth. I don't want to go into details, but it's been something that was very bringing me a bit down to earth. Let's put it that way. But a positive aspect I've seen is that once you are through this phase and you look a little bit around, and the best examples are in this group, you will see people that actually understand the ethos behind it, the actual use cases, the things that last, not the next pump and dump meme coin, but that build to create something that actually creates value based on those same concepts, bringing true ownership to people that didn't have it before. Fighting for a world that's a little bit more equal, fighting for a world that's more accessible. And I see that while I want to be honest, there was a phase with a few occurrences in the middle of the year. I haven't talked about that publicly yet, but that really, really brought me into a place where I was questioning a lot of the things that had been happening before, that I had been doing the way I had been doing them before. That's why I was a bit more quiet for a few months. And yeah, going through that phase also brought me back to a situation where I realized, okay, there is still the thing that attracted me to this initially. And that's why I'm still here, and that's why we're still pushing, and that's why we actually more conviction to build what we want to build and where we think there's actual value. And do a little bit less of the show around it, just to attract people and make them hope for the next pump. But I can assure you that this way we build something that lasts for a much longer time and that has much more validity in the long run. That's my conviction. And that's something that I had a long conversation. I want to thank him with Lukasz here, with Wookie, about it. And that helped me a lot. And with some other people, personal friends. You guys know who you are, so I don't need to go into detail. But yeah, opening up a little bit. It's something I wanted to mention for a long time. And I want to thank you all for listening to my half-baked thoughts about everything. And I'm glad to have found a few people that are really still representing what I think this industry stands for. So that's something I wanted to get out of the way for a long time. I leave you alone, and I know we don't have to go that deep the whole time. For next year, my expectations are just moving on, building, creating something great. I think the convergence between AI and blockchain will be amazing. You guys that are here in our community for a while, you have heard me talking about that so many times. I truly believe that blockchain is the perfect sanity check for AI, something it really needs to be usable. And on the other hand, I think AI is the prime use case for blockchain. Both were one was kind of trying to find its perfect match and use case. And I think in case of blockchain, that's AI and crypto as well. And on the other hand, one was going so well, catching so many use cases, but accountability was really not there and still isn't broadly. And I think blockchain can play that part for AI. So I'm excited to see that play out next year. And a lot of the hype around it and all the fluff that I mentioned earlier washing out, which I'm convinced it's already doing in a, is it a bear market, whatever kind of situation we're in market-wise. I learned not to look at that, but just to keep on building something I believe will be bringing value to people in the future. And we see validation with all the conversations we have with other blockchains, with clients. This is something where there is a market for. And yeah, so that's something I'm really looking forward to see play out, and I hope we will have a good time playing a big role in it and offering something that is needed for that to happen, the compute behind it, and doing it in a proper Web3 decentralized fashion, not cutting corners, but building something proper. That's my little statement for 2026, as nerdy as it is. Thanks for listening. I hope you didn't lose too many. Let's go to maybe Liam, DMC. What was your learning from the last year, and what you're having in store for the next?
Okay, so as for us, DMC, honestly, 2025 taught us a lot. Sometimes the hard way, and at the beginning, the industry was very focused on technology itself: AI, music, blockchain, crypto, tokens and coins, and platforms. But as we actually worked with creators, DJs, singers, and fans like us, we realized something important. Technology is only powerful when it feels human, you know? So creators didn't want to be locked into complicated system. They wanted freedom, to experiment, to remix, to collaborate without friction. So fans, on the other hand, weren't really interested in charts or token prices alone. They cared about connection, the actual connection, supporting artists, um, they love, feeling involved in the creative process, and being part of something meaningful. This was discovered during the process of making the commitment project. So in 2025, we learned to slow down a little bit and listen. And that's why we focus more on Dime and commitment project at the end as creative tools. And D Factory as a place for sharing and customization, and token utility that actually makes sense in a daily interaction, not just speculation. So it was a year of learning what real participation looks like, and moving over to 2026. Um, 2026 is the year we're really excited about. We believe the line between creators, artists, and fans is going to blur even more. So fans won't just listen to music; they'll remix it, customize it, and even influence how it evolves. So creators won't work alone; they will build together across borders, genres, and skill levels. So for DMC specifically, 2026 is about scaling what we've learned. Uh, we'll especially expand the D factory part, so AI becomes a true creative partner, and the community becomes a true community with both artists and fans, and which can strengthen our DFC coin, the token based fan participation in a way that feels natural and fun. the fun part is really important. So not complicated, not forced, but fun. So most important, we see 2026 as a moment decentralized music stops being an experiment and starts becoming normal. So something people just use, enjoying, grow with. So we're really grateful to have this community building it together with us. So um, thanks to our community, and thank you for inviting me tonight.
Thanks for being there. It was really, really beautiful. Yeah, I haven't really many touch points with your particular industry, but the more you talk, the more I'm really curious. Wookie and Bobby, the TPRO team, maybe individually, do you have any takeaways from the last year? Anything for next year?
Assets. For me, those assets. The most important assets are people. And not many people know that they are valuable. We need to gather people and make them know their count, and there will be the base to build, because technology by itself, it's not enough. Not enough. We need real people. And this is our goal, I think, for next year.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, because I think what you're saying is so true. The more AI becomes prevalent everywhere, like every second or more than every second video on YouTube or TikTok nowadays is AI. Like the voice is AI, the content is AI, everything's AI. I think the more you have this, the more people will value humans and human-to-human interaction. There's a place for AI, and you all know I love it, and I'm an absolute proponent of it. But that doesn't take away human-to-human interaction, and I think that's very, very important, and people will cherish it more and more. I think that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, sorry for interrupting you there, man.
No, not at all. I agree 100%. The two things that should go together hand in hand are people and technology. AI should complement us, not take our jobs or take our minds, because using too much AI is not good either. We need to keep ourselves valuable in that regard to ourselves, but in due time, I think it's gonna hit us soon. We're gonna find out that only thing that matters are real people behind real projects, because you can build, but you can't go far on your own. So yeah, Wookie, please join us.
Yes. I'm just listening, and I'm totally agree, because as you all know, we started to talk about this for creating something big together, because this was my takeaway for 2025. When I dived deep in AI, I understood how far we already are. I started to build, and I understood more and more in depth how people are important. That's why we building together now what is the most value, people.
You froze for
connection. And like you said, everything should be balanced, and it should be mandatory. Sorry, I have some connection issues and I didn't hear you.
You were frozen. Yeah, you were freezing for a second there.
When I
you're
look
frozen
at the
again.
projects, when I look at the projects we have here and I listen to the people, I see one common denominator, because, for example, DMC, Ponyo and other artists, real people, real assets. So we have a common denominator here. Serey with a platform, right? So again, people. Then everything around some other people. Eden. Oh, that's probably my favorite because of the cleaning forest part. But also people. Everywhere you look, the most important factor are people. It's a new trend that I think we caught as first. So we're building something that everyone would want in a couple months maybe. So I'm very hyped for it.
Yeah, the more you get I think there's this thing, like you took it for granted, like every interaction was by default human to human, right? It was just normal. But now there is something else, which is practical and works and helps, but you start to cherish what it means to talk to a fellow human directly and interact with that person, right? I think that's something that we will more and more realize to cherish. The more it is becoming less prevalent, or not the only game in town, right? It's always the fascinating part. Cool. Wookie, I think you're still in a connection issue there, is it?
I'm here, but I
Okay.
turned off my camera. But yeah, I have.
Yeah, I had to
Yes,
too. My
sometimes
bandwidth
I
also
have.
wasn't working properly. But you want to add something? Your learnings from last year and for the next year. I mean, you already mentioned the learnings from
Yeah,
last year, but I don't know if you mentioned 26 that you were. I think that's when you were freezing.
yeah, yes. I didn't mention anything yet, but for me, you know, I'm really excited what we are building together because, as you all said, people will be the most important, and this is like quite exciting. The way the way uh, where everything is like evolving and like AI is evolving, and how people will be important. Because when I dive deep into AI, I see the automation, I see the like infinite possibilities that are growing now. So next year will be like absolutely changing everything for me because I, I see how fast AI is growing now. Like companies are like just changing, they are just fighting with each other to develop more intelligent models, and everything is speeding up. So in my opinion, next year will be crucial to see how the world is changing, how fast it's changing. That's why it will be even more crucial to have a group of real people, real projects working together.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. With those words, Martin from Eden, what were your biggest learnings?
Hmm. As a founder, I think the most important thing is to build tools that will generate real income, and we have spent a lot of money in recent months and in whole year for example, some marketing Web3 activities, and the market was weak. And I think the most important thing is to build just real use case business for real people. And yeah, this is our main focus, and this is our main goal for the next year. And maybe the biggest lesson right now, I think that the better some better decision could be connected with spend more money to scale up our business and our Web2 campaign, not too much Web3 in weak markets. And yeah, I think next year should be more into just real business and scale up our products with real people, not just Web3 marketing. And as always, there are a lot of things and adventures. So yeah, I wish you luck, and for all of us, because building something from scratch, building a startup, it's a risky business. So the main goal is to prevent our investors, and I hope that in upcoming months we will be on the stage where we will generate net profit, not just the income for our company. So it's my main goal for next month.
Awesome. Amazing. Yeah, I hope for all of us. I mean, building startups is always quite a ride, quite a roller coaster ride. That's always the case. But what I learned, and I like a question in the group here to all the founders under us. I always felt it's the steepest learning curve, because you're under so much pressure most of the time to get things done and to learn, actually find things that work, that don't, because you don't have the time and money a corporate would have, right? So I always found it is actually, you learn so much more in such a compressed time frame than you would in university or school. So what's your entrepreneurial experience? And after, real quick, after this, we will open the questions for the community, guys. Just post whatever questions you have, or if you're not that many, maybe you can just do an open mic, just unmute and let us know your questions. But first of all, to all the founders, what's your experience with the entrepreneurial journey that you've been through? Some of you might have been the first. This might be the first founding. For some, it might be the second or third. So I really would love to hear from you, also for everyone in the community that might tinker with the idea of creating their own business and go out there and just eventually do it. What's the biggest takeaway that you would give them from your own experience?
I can say that for now, and the most important thing is just to know how to use the tools that we have available now in the market, because most of the things we can create by ourselves. Many people or many founders are waiting for something for people to help them create something, but nowadays we have option to create anything we want. So learn and learn. This is the most important thing, to be informed what are the best tools now and how to use AI properly, and you can create whatever you want. And this, especially next year, will be anything really possible. And of course, connection with people, meetings with people, creating relations, because this is the most important, and it will be even more next years.
I have a question, Łuki, for you. What is actually the best tool for creating AI influencers? And is that tool no code, or we should know some knowledge how to use it?
It depends how you want to use it. I'm using Cloud Code as a tool that I'm working on terminal. So I'm just building everything from scratch. So I'm not using like ready tools. Of course, I'm using ready models. So you have to have the knowledge how to use the best models to create like graphics, but how to automate it. There are tools, but I'm not using the tools, because I'm using and I'm building my own infrastructure to doing that. My own scripts, my own servers. I'm building everything from scratch. So yes, that's why I'm so excited, because with my previous experience that I had as a system administrator, I can now build that infrastructure and build everything by myself. using AI actually, but not ready tools for creating stuff. So this is quite a big difference. When if I found something, I will let you know, because like I said, for now, I'm just building everything by myself.
Actually,
Sure. So we stay in touch.
Wookie, did you ever talk to Niraj from Finloy in Phnom Penh? Because he's building a virtual influencer, a little bit similar to you. Maybe it would be someone to have an exchange with. Could be beneficial for both of you.
No,
Exchange experiences.
I haven't talked with him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I know him. So
Yeah, I
cool.
can make an introduction next year. He's also a founder. He's building a fintech app. Don't want to bore people here too much. It's purely Web 2, I'm afraid. But yeah, he's doing quite interesting things with AI there. So I
really
think they
cool.
could. Yeah, it's like the cool thing is, as you mentioned earlier, right? I find that fascinating that the way startups are created changes so quickly, right? You can do things now, and I know I'm boring all of you that listen to my podcast and so on, because I say that all the time, but you can do things now on a weekend or in a day. We had this workshop for our startup accelerator here in Phnom Penh, and basically there's a 6-hour workshop. Within 4 hours, people that never used much of AI, that didn't code or whatever, had a landing page with a whitelist, had a business concept, and had first social media contact material out there, right? The first post, the first founder story, the first videos, and all that using AI. Right? They basically created a concept, vibe coded the landing page, and created the first content. And that within, like, we did it compressed with another group, a smaller group, in 2 hours. In 2 hours, you had all this. You had basically the first steps to your business. You could collect data from the market. Do people actually like, or would they be willing to buy what I have to offer? And I just remember, like, when I started my first startup, the same process would have taken you months or at least weeks to achieve. And that's changing the game so fundamentally, because you can verify and falsify ideas so much quicker. And people that would never have gone and do it now have the ability to. And I'm getting a bit excited about it. Sorry for going on a tangent again. But yeah, when Wookie was mentioning these things, I just had to remember that. Actually, Wookie was one of the mentors on that day when we did the workshop. So big shout out and big thanks to you for being there and helping these guys. And the group was young students, 19, 20, up to one gentleman that was just traveling by from the UK originally in his 50s. And they all were there doing the same thing, and they all were creating something. That's so beautiful to see, where people really can take their creative ideas and make them reality in no time, and actually get feedback and see if it works or not. Okay. Again, sorry for going on a tangent, but you see, I'm very passionate about that topic. Yeah, you other guys, Liam, maybe if you want to go next, what's your biggest takeaway from being an entrepreneur?
Okay. First of all, can you guys hear me okay right now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, okay. Yes. So I want to talk about, challenges, because there's been, as an entrepreneur and also as a team member of a team, there has been a lot of challenges as well as takeaways, things to learn. And one of the biggest challenges was, I'd say, balancing innovation with trust. So, as I said, DMC combines with AI-generated music, blockchain infrastructure, and a creator-driven economy, which means we were asking users to adopt multiple new concepts at once. And I guess it was a lot to ask. And as operators, we learned that technological superiority, I guess, that alone is not enough. We need clear communication, gradual onboarding, and education are critical. So we had to slow down at times, explain more, and build confidence step by step rather than pushing features too fast. And another major challenge was designing incentives that truly align creators, users, and the platform. It's, I think everybody can agree that, building a reward system is really, really, really difficult. So early on, we realized that, poorly structured rewards can distort behavior, encouraging short-term activity instead of long-term creativity. So through trial and adjustment, we learned the importance of sustainable token economics and utility-based participation, where our token is used not just as a reward, but as a meaningful tool for collaboration and commitment and fan engagement. So operationally, coordinating between AI development, music production, workflows, and blockchain system was also demanding, I think. Each domain moves at a different speed and has different expectations. So this taught us the value of modular design and patience. And patience is the key, So building flexible systems that can evolve independently while still connecting into one coherent ecosystem. So overall, the biggest lesson was that building a decentralized music ecosystem is as much about people as it is about technology. So trust, culture, and long-term vision matter just as much as smart contracts or AI models. So these challenges shaped us into more resilient creator-first platform, and they continue to guide how we make decisions today. Yeah, so I know I've said a lot, but I just wanted to talk about challenges that we learned. Yeah.
No, that was perfect. Definitely not too long. I speak too much, but you are on spot. Don't worry about it. No, absolutely. With this, if you guys don't have anything significantly to add that just comes to mind, I think I would open the question section. So guys, there are two ways to do this. If you want to text it in the linking the blogs questions segment of our channel. That's where we'll check for your questions, or just raise your hand here and then unmute and speak. I mean, this is a casual Christmas get together, so let's not be too stringent on the process. Maybe I start because I already saw. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I just saw the founder of Serey is here with us in chat, but he can't join the conversation for now. So yeah, maybe after the questions we'll give him some time if he'll be able to join.
I mean, we could allow him the time for an introduction. Oh, he cannot speak, or why can he not join?
Cannot join for now. Yeah. I'm not sure what's the problem here, but in the meantime, maybe we have some questions from chat. If you like, I can read them to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. I already saw. I was about to start with the first one I read. I was already doing a sneak peek.
So carry on.
But we can then go on if you want to read them with starting with the second one would be awesome. Cool. So the first one is regarding several announcements for partnerships we made with other protocols, namely GoDeep and EchoWeaver, and Atlas Metrics. Atlas Metrics, let me quickly explain. So ChainsAtlas has various technologies that we developed over time. Partially quick deployment of code written in different languages on different blockchains, what we call a virtualization unit. I don't want to bore you with the technical details. This is really very technical what we're doing there, but it's an interoperability protocol that enables you to develop code for different blockchains, independent of whatever coding language you want to use, makes things easier to move code from one blockchain to another, things like this. But we also developed, and that's what you guys know has been our key focus over the last months, a technology that's basically enabling you to run AI inference, actually AI, your ChatGPTs of the world and so on, LLMs, in a fully verified, in a fully validated fashion on a blockchain, meaning it's like a smart contract. There's no middleman. There is nobody that controls that algorithm except for you, the person that's deploying it, in this case, an AI. That technology enables you to do this fully validated, which costs more computation and therefore more money, which is interesting for, let's say, a DeFi protocol to actually stay decentralized and not become highly centralized, as you would if you nowadays just use your ChatGPT connection or your Gemini connection. You're basically making yourself reliant on Google or OpenAI, fantastic companies, but not really what Web3 was supposed to be, right? So our technology enables you to actually run these things fully decentralized, fully validated, no middleman. You take full ownership of your AI agent in a nutshell, right? This is something which we now talking to a bunch of blockchains to integrate with them. I mentioned that earlier, announcements will come. Give us a little bit of time. These guys are quite big and busy, and there's a lot of back and forth happening, but it's quite exciting, I can tell you that. That is number one. That's Atlas Metrics. That's what we call Atlas Metrics. That is that specific technology. You can also use it if you don't want it fully decentralized and validated, just to access GPU resources that are decentralized, that are democratized, where you don't want to rely on a big cloud provider, right? That's the alternative, how you can use it. Fully validated, or like a decentralized cloud where you just get access to GPUs that are not highly centralized in one of the big companies again. I believe, and that's my personal belief, that the value generation in the future will be in compute. That's where money is going to be made. As a lot of the professions we see right now will shift more in different directions. Coding will be it's already a very different animal to what it was 1 year ago due to AI. So things are changing a lot, but actual value will be with people that actually hold compute. So we want to give people the ability to actually be part of this and not be locked out. That's in essence what Atlas Metrics represents, right? I know, very technical, a bit nerdy, but that's what we stand for. That's what we want to achieve. That's Atlas Metrics. I hope that's clear. So that's part of ChainsAtlas fully. GoDeep is a protocol or a software developed by someone that's very close to us. It's a bit of a joint development. Dimitri, I will have him on my podcast earlier or later. He's currently traveling in Europe for Christmas, but once he's back in Asia, we're going to do that. That is a virtual data scientist. Basically, you have data sets, you have your, let's say, Google Analytics, and you put an interface to it, and it crunches your numbers. You ask it, okay, what do I need to do to optimize my my pricing, my customer outreach, whatever information from a given data set you want, you can ask this LLM, this AI, and it will create the right analytics for you and give you the answer. But the beauty of it is you don't always have to go through the full LLM and pay for it. It creates a certain analytics and a logic for it. It creates a pipeline. So every time you need it again, you can run it every hour, every day, whatever the rhythm is, and you don't have to pay for the full AI in the background. And it's very transparent because you have the full source code of what it's doing and so on and so forth. It's a very cool project. It's based on an open weights, open source AI that was created by the ChainsAtlas team. That's the connection there. And we're working on this a little bit together, and eventually the compute will go on Atlas metrics. There's your connection. Echo Weaver is a nice little project that is, in essence, allowing you to create a story that's truly your own. You just enter a few parameters, it creates a whole novel for you, and you get one chapter one day, and you can listen to it. It's tailored for your commute to your work, where you can listen to it. And that one is done by our lovely Sumtai, that's also here in the network, that's helping with ChainsAtlas for a while. You all know her. She's helping with my podcast and everything. Sumtai, if you want to unmute yourself and say a few words about this project, go ahead.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. I'm Sumtai and I'm helping with ChainsAtlas and also with Echo Weaver. So Echo Weaver is a personalized reading platform that allows readers to prompt text or submit any single ID or character they want, and we generate a story and deliver a chapter or storyline novel for you. The focus is on interactive, like a story telling where reader actually shape what they read. And we are currently opening our waitlist right now. So if you want to try it and be ready to experience a story that belongs to you, I'm happy to share the link in the group. Thank you.
Okay. And obviously that AI and compute will also be one of the models on Atlas metrics eventually. So that's part of the whole ecosystem. So there's your explanation. Sorry, it took a bit longer, but I hope this helps with that question, Shakibul. Liam, you were raising your hand. Is that still? Or was that just by accident?
Oh, I was out of the chat room by accident, so I raised my hand
Okay.
again. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Welcome back. Any further questions? Yeah, Bobby, if you want to read them, go ahead.
Yeah, I see now we have the founder of Serey in the chat, so welcome. Good evening to you, sir. But yeah, the questions, all right.
I don't see him though. Is he here, or is it Lynn?
No,
Welcome,
I
Lynn.
see the pink with CL, Mr. Chaylin.
Yeah, that's his brother actually.
Yes, I am the brother of Thailand. Yeah.
He also
okay.
has a fantastic project, and maybe Lynn, if you want to introduce Monflo real quick while you're here, show is yours.
Okay. I hope you guys can hear me very well. I'm in my car driving right now. So Monflo is a licensed fintech company. What we do is we allow people to deposit money into their bank account, and the money is automatically converted into a stablecoin euro, which is really cool because once it's a stablecoin and it lives on the blockchain, you can always verify all the transactions. You can even verify that the assets are really in your wallet. You don't need to trust an intermediary like us. This is very different from how banks work, because if you put money in a bank account at a bank, the bank is going to loan out your money. And maybe they're doing things that are very risky, and maybe even lending out so much money and taking so much risk that eventually when you go to the bank to withdraw the money, it's not there anymore. And we eliminate this risk. We use a model that I call full reserve banking. Every euro deposited on your bank account is always there as collateral. And on top of that, if you have a euro or a USD or any other asset on the blockchain, you can transfer it to anyone else against a fraction of a cent using blockchain technology. So I, from the Netherlands, can send you USD on the blockchain, and you will receive it within 1, 2, or 3 seconds against the cost of less than a cent. That is in short what Monflo does. Regulated in Europe, we can operate in 30 countries in Europe already. And my wish is that we are also going to offer it in Cambodia very, very soon. Thank you very much, Jan.
You're more than welcome. If you also know Serey quite well, right? You're also somewhat involved.
Yeah.
If you want to say a few words in basically representation of your brother, I did my best earlier, but you might even be more qualified for it.
Okay, so Serey is a social media platform on the blockchain, or social publishing platform. What's really cool about Serey is that every post that you write is stored on the blockchain, so it becomes immutable. And at the same time, what you can do with Serey, you can also earn or be rewarded by the blockchain through what we call a Serey coin. If you post something on Facebook or you post something on many other social media platforms, it's not so very transparent how those people are earning the money. But with Serey, there's an algorithm on the blockchain that rewards you automatically with Serey coin. And this incentives mechanism, I hope, will eventually attract a lot of people who are going to post high quality content. Because a big problem in Cambodia, and this is a problem that I find, is that people like to post very short, very shallow content. And if we want to stimulate the intellect in Cambodia, we should also incentivize people to write more long-form content and to also engage with each other on an intellectual basis. This is the reason why I am interested in Serey. My brother, when he built it, he has many, many other things that he can talk about. It's not only for long posts, you can also use it as some kind of Instagram or some kind of Twitter. You can post pictures, you can post short form text. Yeah, that is basically it. I hope I did a
So
good
you
job
see-
explaining my brother's project.
You did much better than I did, so it's perfect. I mean, he would probably go a lot deeper, and I know he has a very passionate view on it. I mentioned it earlier, and he's very much in line with the values of Web3, as you both are. I know that, but so next time he'll have the chance to do it.
Jan,
Go ahead.
If possible, please, I would like to add one more thing, is that
Sure.
how I look at Serey is also a way to attract a lot of people to the Web3 space by offering them a way to easily create digital platforms within Web3. So I see Serey also as some kind of WordPress. You go there, within a few clicks, you can create your own website, your own homepage, your own Instagram, your own Twitter on the blockchain. That is I think extremely cool and exciting.
And then I know he has a lot in store that's upcoming in terms of development for that very functionality to make it easier to really post things on it. So if you want to try it out, just go online, register. It's a quite neat platform. Awesome. Thanks for joining in. If you have any questions to any of the guests today, just let us know. Okay, Bobby, shall we continue with the questions?
Yes, of course. That sounds awesome, by the way. So for the questions, first one from Serey. What major upgrades or milestones should the community watch for in 2026? And what does success look like for ChainsAtlas at the end of 2026? 2026?
I think I have a problem with my sound. I couldn't really quite understand what you said.
Okay, sorry, one more time.
Oh,
So,
good.
what major updates or milestones should the community watch for in 2026? And the follow-up question, and what does success look like for ChainsAtlas at the end of 2026? So best case scenario, I guess.
What you should look out for is that it is becoming, as I mentioned earlier, integrated with several ecosystems and becomes usable for you as either a technology that's underlying these platforms and will guide you to the right gateways to use it, or it becomes available directly as Atlas metrics. There will be a front end that enables you to generate agents and use them, and you can decide how decentralized they are, how validated they are, all these things. The success would be that we have broad adoption of the technology and people actually building really cool things with it. That's all I can wish for and all I can hope for, because obviously you always want to see success of what you work on, but also it would mean that people realize they take this process in their own hands and don't leave it to the big guys only. That would be what I hope for.
That sounds amazing. All right. So moving on to the next question for DMC this time. So Liam, this one's for you. How does DMC redefine ownership and value?
Man, I'm happy not having to speak for a change.
Sorry?
Be not having to speak for a change. Go ahead, please. And these guys do such amazing stuff.
All right. So once again, from the top, Liam, this one's for you, for DMC. How does DMC redefine ownership and value distribution for artists compared to traditional streaming platforms?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Of course.
Yeah.
How does DMC redefine ownership and value distribution for artists compared to traditional streaming platforms?
I'm sorry, I was having trouble with my mic. So
No worries, once again.
yeah. So traditional music platforms such as Spotify, or I could think of YouTube, of course. So they are built on centralized ownership models, right? So creators upload content but control over distribution, monetization rules, and data largely remains with the platform. So revenue flows top down, with creators receiving a small, often delayed share, while fans participate only as consumers with no direct economic role, right? So us, DMC, fundamentally changed this structure by redefining ownership at the protocol level. So music created through our DIME technology distributed with DMC ecosystem, especially through D Factory, is registered on-chain, allowing creators to retain transparent, verifiable ownership of their works. Of course, there's rights, usage history, and contribution ratios are recorded immutably, ensuring that value flows actual creative input rather than platform discretion. So I keep emphasizing value, right? So value distribution in DMC is also bottom up and participation driven. So DMCC is not only a reward mechanism, but a coordination tool. Creators earn through creation and collaborations. Fans participate by supporting, staking, or gifting tokens, and contributors are rewarded automatically through predefined smart contract logic. So this replaces revenue splits with clear programmable distribution aligned with the long-term ecosystem growth. So ultimately, DMC transforms music from a platform-controlled asset into a shared, composable digital property. Ownership becomes transparent, of course, and value distribution becomes fair and real time, and fans evolve from passive listeners into active participants in the creative economy. So this shift is what allows DMC to operate not as a content platform, but as a decentralized music infrastructure. So I hope this answers your question.
Sounds amazing. And you act globally, right? I heard something about cooperation with DJs in Netherlands, right? So when Poland, when the whole world. Okay, if I may, I have one question. Martin, are you still with us with Eden? Martin, you still with us? Or maybe some connection issues.
Yeah, he seems to be out.
We lost Wookie, by the way, due to personal reasons, and I think connection issues as well.
In the meantime, can I ask something for the speaker just then? I'm very interested in the incentives mechanism for content creators who create music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think shoot away, ask.
Yeah, so what is the incentives mechanism for the content creators of the music?
So right now there are two kinds of content creators. So one is professional artists, or expand right now. Our creators are actually professional artists and professional creators, and they are. We have recently launched a project called Commitment. So basically, what it is that people, like fans and even a company, even a company at institutional level, they can actually invest in I don't want to say invest, but that's why we called it commitment. But basically, they send tokens to support their artists. So that works as an incentive and rewards for the content creator, and they can use the fund to build their career, and they can companies like entertainment companies and those who are agency level who have artists, they can use the fund, use the commitment project to grow their artists and build their career. So that's that for now. But in the future, we are building something called we are building an ecosystem where everybody can jump in and create, and they can. We are currently building an ecosystem, a reward system for all of them to grow together, and hopefully, we can choose very talented ones, talented creators, who are not even professional artists, who are not even um, registered on Spotify or anything, but just people who are talented in creating music. They can use dying technology. They can, compose their own music even without AI. We don't really care if they use AI or not, but they can jump in and they can get incentives and reward as a participant. Hopefully, they can be a member of commitment project, but in a bigger picture, they can create their music, they upload it, and people like if people like music, they buy sources from those musics and pay their incentives, something like that. So we're still building actively the reward ecosystem, but that's basically our.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Lynn,
I think
you're satisfied?
I think Martin left as well, so Eden is off for now.
I think I saw we have one question unanswered yet. Regarding AI agents capable of doing real-time analysis without relying on external oracles. I do this really quick because it's quite technical, but if you want to ingest external data for like these data sets onto processes on a blockchain, you will need an oracle. That's the definition of an oracle. So yes, it will have to use oracles, but the computation would run verified on the blockchain. The data you put in, the old saying applies. Bad data in, bad data out. I keep it kids friendly in the terminology. So yeah, I hope that answers it. But yeah, it would be capable of doing the same thing that goes. I think with this, as we lose all our speakers bit by bit, and we're already 1.5 hours in, Bobby, thanks a lot for helping with the questions. Really, really appreciate it. And Lynn, thanks for jumping in for your brother. And I think if you're interested, next time, just join us. I think you'd be an amazing addition. To everyone, thanks a lot for being here. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. If you don't, wonderful holidays. And I wish you all a wonderful start to the next year. We probably won't hear from each other before that. But I am sure you all have the most amazing start to 2026. And let us know where you celebrate New Year's. That would be cool to hear. Bobby, Liam, Lynn, do you want to add something? I think you're the last guy standing here.
Just Merry Christmas to everyone. It was amazing AMA. So thank you very much, Eric, for handling.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you
Merry
very
Christmas
much.
to everyone. Yeah.
I think Lynn and Liam, you were speaking at the same time. Maybe you can repeat it.
I just want to say that Merry Christmas to all of you. Please enjoy the holidays, and I hope to join these conversations, Jan. I think it's really fun to be a part of this. It was very unexpected.
Well,
I just suddenly saw a message that there was an AMA, but it's really fun to see what you're doing. It's also inspiring. Very cool.
Thanks, man. Very appreciated. And yeah, please do. You're very welcome. I think I can speak for Wookie. I know how you think. I know how he thinks, and everyone else in this group. I think you'd be an amazing addition. So yeah, definitely welcome. We'll let you know when the next one is happening. Everyone, thanks a lot. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful start to the next year. I'm now repeating myself. I'll let you go. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on this wonderful planet. Talk to you very, very soon, and amazing things.